IMT Conversations with Rhod Tecson. An incisive and sharp discussion of today's current issues. Ang pagpadayon sa duwa ka dekada nga serbisyo publiko. IMT Conversations with Rhod Tecson.
Ciudad de Iloilo, the most loyal and noble city. A first-class, highly urbanized city on the island of Panay in western Visayas region.
Philippines, good afternoon. My name is Rhod Tecson and this is IMT Conversations on IMT News. Live sa sining mga tinion sa aton nga studio ang isa sa mga kinilala nga Ilonggo and at the same time an international chef. Nakaubra na sang iya pangalan sa bahin sang bilog nga kalibutan kung pagkaon lang ang aton pag-istoryahan. At the same time, an advocate of the Ilonggo heritage cuisine. Upod naton sa sining mga tinion ang nagtulod nga ang Iloilo igadeklarar as the food haven of the Philippines. Sining karon lang napasar na sang City Council sa siyudad sang Iloilo ang ining advokasya nga ang Iloilo kilalahon sa bilog nga Pilipinas bilang food haven. Kaupod naton si Chef Rafael Tibong Jardeleza. Sir, maayong hapon.
May hapon, Rod. Madamong salamat for having me once again. May hapon sa mga tagapamalati sang IMT Conversation.
Thank you so much for this opportunity nga ginatag mo sa aton, Chef Tibong. The last time you were here, isa na naman ka topiko na tuhoy sa pagkaon ng aton sa istoryahan. And just recently, ang Iloilo City Council nagpasar na sa isa ka resolution nga ang nagdeklarar sa Iloilo bilang food haven, no, or haven sang Pilipinas.
Yes.
No, sa sininga na punto antes naton padulungan ng inang topiko. Let's talk about Ilonggo food. No, when you say Ilonggo food, nagakaulugan ba ini Western Visayas or Iloilo alone?
It's Western Visayas.
Western Visayas.
Basically, it's Western Visayas. Because Western Visayas are Ilonggos.
Okay.
Although they identify Aklanons, Capisnons, and but they are Ilonggos in a term of sa aton area of ang Western Visayas. So we would say that Ilonggo cuisine. So the Ilonggo cuisine is within the region. Actually may mga, of course, all the dishes, any part of the world, may araki man siya a little bit of changes in its household itself. No, kung paano niya ilugang iba niya, just like for the controversial adobo, ours is more achuete. So, but some of places in the Visayas, they put some gata. So it's still the same, but the basic component or the basic ingredient is the same, which is what makes Ilonggo adobo unique is the tuba vinegar and the achuete.
Okay. Why sang Ilonggo food? It's Western Visayas food.
Well, it's so hard, Rod, to present it as a Western Visayas.
Okay.
Because my purpose here is that actually it started with a dream of what is the tagline of Iloilo? Guimaras, sweetest mango, Capiz, seafood capital, Negros, sweetest or something. All these, they have names. When you say Iloilo,
wala.
Both province and city, wala. But would you believe, Rod, the reasons when we talk to most of the guests, that's why in iba, we cannot deny that conventions are abound. Grabe diri sa Iloilo. The question was, why Iloilo? Ang sabat, because namin yung pagkaon. And because we wanted to eat. So it's always food. Which is in effect gid man yang if you want to know the culture of the place, no, bisan diin lang ya, kung gusto mo maintindihan ang kultura sa isa ka lugar, wala na gid man niya sa ibang kundi it's through food. You will understand the culture sa tao, ano gid man ang ilang influences. So amo na siya nga dream ko gina siya sa una. Nga bukang bibig ko gina siya yang ibang ganiwat siya. Okay, yeah, sige. Bypassing, but sa pursigi ko, it has been now na blessed kita nga in kuan sang city council. Gapasalamat ko kay Councilor Rudolph Ganson na for believing sa akon advocacy na pag istoryahanin namon, sige, sabi niya, it's about time.
But of course, this is not just about Iloilo City. Since Iloilo City Council na nagpasar.
Iloilo City, but I think it will be, because ang idea ko man sinaya, it has to be Iloilo City and the province. Because Iloilo per se lang yun, Rod. It's not also fair to the province or nearby provinces of Iloilo because we use their products. Dira kita gakuha sa mga produce nato nga for our cooking. And it involves actually kay ang Iloilo and province. Amo na sila ang city and province ang ginatagan ko sang pagtamod nga ma-promote naman ang lugar na kay aragin man da.
Okay. Now, having said that, no, ang sabahin sang Iloilo City, we have lapas bachoy, we have pancit molo, pero kalabanan ang isang pagkaon naton nga naanda naton to tutosagwa.
Rod, there's more than bachoy, pancit molo, KBL. When you say Ilonggo food or Ilonggo cuisine, there are maybe hundreds or even more. We have tinuom, we have dinabugan, we have so many dishes na wala lang ma-well promote. It's because, when, you cannot visit naman a bakasyonista, cannot stay here naman for a month. For 3 days, so they have to go for batchoy, eat the kadyos, eat pancit molo. Okay, happy na. They've got the 3 famous. Because these are made famous, no? But there's more than lapas batchoy, pancit molo, and KBL. So, when you come visit Iloilo, damo gidariya siyang klase sa pagkaon. And because, Rod, we are blessed, with the bounties of the sea,
the land or of the mountains. We have a lot of endemic ingredients, the herbs and spices. That's here in the region. Kaya mo na ganin silang kurog nga kung sirhanay, we will survive and we can produce food isang aton nga daily sustenance. Kay may ara kita isang ang logistics ang lugar taya is very kuan nga may tanong kita, and we have a lot of varieties of rice. Which is kanami, may sugar man ta, may crops ta, may mga leon kita nga that can produce like Baguio product. Tapos subong kita mo may mga barangay centers na nga who gardening na sila nga nag-supply na subong sa mga lettuce and even okras and native produce sa consumers.
Okay. Now, but nadunduman natin, Guimaras is the home of the sweetest mangoes.
Yes.
Rhod City, not Capiz, is the seafood capital of the Philippines.
Yeah.
Calibo, Aklan is gateway to Boracay.
Yes.
But
Antique
is
parang fishing village basically. Nawala lang nila mausarang tagline nila or something.
Okay, it's Valderrama niya. It's ang gambal nga where the mountains meet the seas.
Meet the sea.
Oh, so ang Iloilo Subong amuni ang medyo may gamay lang ko nakita nga pagsaligma to. Kay what if hindi pa i-accept some province of Iloilo ang label nga na?
I think based on some initial talks, they wanted to merge also.
Since hindi city, hindi province.
Yeah, I didn't. That's why I when you siyang patawag ako for me to explain to the committee and everything. Hamba ko siya, it has to be Iloilo. Because if I just say Iloilo City, though hindi siya pangati, we use the produce and of course because Rod, supposedly, I started this with Western Visayas, the food haven of the Philippines. Then I've realized each has identities already. Na daw kabudlay kung siya i-incorporate. Siguro sa Negros, the Sugar, or something, Aklan, or Rojas. Ang Iloilo nga wala naman tagline, that's why we have to create so that it would be easier for us to prepare. And wouldn't it be, you're so proud nga, taga-diin ka, Iloilo, sa food haven of the Philippines.
Yeah.
It's easier. Kaya before magamba ka, sa diin ka, Iloilo. That's it.
Okay. Chef, ikaw ang nagtulod kag muklat gan isang akon yung awareness ang mga indigenous nga mga Ilonggo food or Iloilo food by way of your tabuan. Manduduman ko gina kag amot ko tagpila na subong tabuan kiti malahalon kay nga chef mo.
No, that's the sabores, the hired, which is
no, the tabuan.
The tabuan sa market.
Oh, sa market. Yeah. I don't know sa aton director kung naka-join ka. One of these days siguro himuon ta na Director Francis nga mapaserve kita sang tabuan sa kay Chef Tibong. Good for 8-10 people, no?
Yes.
Where he will prepare sang mga pagkaon naton sang una, no? And that is something para sa akon is a very good experience. Nakapoy na kita bisang puro baboy, manok. Although may mga variations sa sa baboy, may variations sa manok. Now, since gina-istoryahan tam lang ning makapalaway sa aton, by your experience as a chef, no, and somebody who advocates for this heritage cuisine, can you name at least 10 Ilonggo cuisine or Iloilo cuisine nga pwede naton hambalon nga if you are somewhere, if you are watching the show right now, come and visit us and try tilawin nyo ang ining pulo nga i-mention ni Chef Tibong.
Well, actually, no. There's a lot of dishes here, Carinderia foods or restaurants that serves real good Ilonggo food.
Okay.
Not necessarily that they're from Iloilo.
Okay.
But they have this flavor of Ilonggo now when they come here. Because Ilonggo cuisine, Rod, is actually simple. It's never complex. It's basically to produce the main ingredients, the flavor of the main ingredients. Hindi kita sa mga inang kadamo sang atin na tapos, let's say, makaong kaya bisang baboy, marinate mo overnight.
Nagkain ng sabor.
Ilonggos is salt and pepper before you grill.
As is, no?
Yeah, you don't even, you add toyo and calamansi and then kung gusto mo extra, pero, mga kalululuhan, mga tatay, asin, tapos, sugbada. So it's flavorful. Look at Fort San Pedro Drive-In's chicken. Hindi siya over-marinated, Rod. So did you see the juiciness and the flavor of the chicken? So wala tagi na guba ang sabor sa main ingredients. That's how simple Ilonggo cuisine is. So that's why nga akanamit, it's because hindi siya sauce flavored or the flavor comes from components nga nagpanamit. Namit na yun man niya. And we have all the fresh produce, kompleto kita di. Fresh ingredients na adds to the aroma and flavor of our dishes.
10, para sa imo, pinakananamitan mo yan.
Well, aside from the KBL, which is there already. Okay, let's include KBL, Pansit Molo, adobo nga biga-biga.
Adobo nga biga-biga is...
you can get it at Cyril's. Guys,
pasagyapan. Yes. Pagyapan sa Cyril's.
Yes.
Okay.
They have a very good biga-biga. Then, the adobo nga takway.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just takway. It's the taro root, no? The taro vine. And then, let's say, the kinilaws. But we have a variety of kinilaws, no? Kinilaw nga tangigi, which we cook fish, we use gata. For shrimps, it's just vinegar, the tuba vinegar. The pansit ifuven, a very unique pansit. It's you blanch it. We have this. It's produced. It's by the Habilosas in Mandurriao, no. So the pansit ifuven. Kaya ako very funny, domesticated flavor ko. Munggo nga may gusok. Or alugbati nga may gusok. You just...
What's gusok?
Gusok is ribs. Ang ribs, you just grill it and then...
So that's pure Ilonggo?
Yes, because my dad would grill it, then mag-isa na siya sang, sibuyas, ahos, then lagaon niya na kadali, then you just put kalabasa, talong, and then alugbati. Excuse me. Pila na to? 8? Well, the kalabasa na linatek. And then the laswa. There's more than, you're asking me for 10, but it goes on and on and on and on.
And hindi siya makita basta-basta sa ibang area? Or may mga variations na?
Rod, there are dishes just like, for example, our Valenciana is brenghe sa ibang lugar. Our other dishes has similarities. Just like ang aton laswa is dinengdeng. Pero may laingit sila nga variation of cooking. Ang ila dinengdeng has amargoso. Ours doesn't have. So it's a sweet flavored soup stew or vegetable stew. Kaya actually traditionally you cook laswa with just a few drops of water. Kaya nag-sweat man lang na yan. Things nga magluto kita sa mga inubaran, kadyos. Gadadamo man lang na iyasang sabaw because of the volume of the members of the family, para everybody can share. But actually, kadyos is not a soup. It's a dish. A boiled dish. It's like nga jutay na siya yasang supposedly. Our laswa ka notice ka, ang tutuod nga laswa ka magluto sa balay nyo, vegetable stew siya, hindi siya soup dish. So, amo na siyang epekto sang ato nga dishes nga nagalain sa iban.
Okay. And are this food nga pang mention nimo still being prepared diri sa aton on a daily basis?
Yes. The best thing about Iloilo cuisine, Rod, is our everyday food is being served in our karinderias.
Aha.
Did you notice that?
Tama.
Kahit ko sa karinderya, like for example, St. Martha's or Beige Eatery near Fort San Pedro. Beige is at Molo. Or somewhere there's two karinderias there in, I forgot the names near, what's this? Benito. There's all the laswa.
Tama.
So, hindi kita lost. Anong term na? Lost in transition.
Yeah.
It's still there on our everyday thing. I bring my guests upon arrival from the airport, if they don't like, if they're not in the mood to eat batchoy, diretso na kami sa karinderya. If you're new, I will bring you to the karinderya first and introduce you. These are our everyday food. Because Ilonggo eat. That's what I told them. We don't eat with one dish. Ilonggo yan nga sa tuod ya, at least 3 or 4 or 5 or 6.
Okay.
Di ba na? May sabaw, may pinamalhan, you know, naanad yung Ilonggo nga damo yun man sa pamalay na.
Okay.
Amo na.
So with this, ang pagkaon nga ni, through the years, may aragin man sang gamay nga variations. No? May na-notice ko gani, ang batchoy na to, may nag-serve na gani batchoy, yung inabutangan nila katumbal sa kilit niya, dapat para sa ako niya, hindi dapat umutangan.
Well, that's, Rod, amo nang what's funny, because one time I had an experience. I've guessed from Manila. Pagpungko without tasting the batchoy, nangayo siya patis, which is darufina patis, kaya hindi iya toyo, and calamansi. Sigo, if you don't mind, you try first, because this is not mommy. This is a batchoy.
Okay.
So, I will explain batchoy per se that usually our guests or ang mga tao, gabag namit si Kwan. Mas namit the term. But this, I beg to disagree, Rod. All of them are manamit. It's just a matter of preference. Kabala mong batchoy, it has the same main ingredients and component. Galing ang isa, damo-damo lang siya magbutang kalamay. Ang isa medyo grabe siya mag-ahos. So, ang isa damo siya kasudlan. Innards nga, ara ang earthy flavor. So, it's the same thing, same ingredients sila. Let's say for a number of gallons of water, number of salt and everything. Then the finishing nila is what makes it different.
Okay. Now, relating this discussion sa sining nangin advocacy ni mo nga ating heritage cuisine, matagaan sa importansya, and at the same time, kilalahaw ng Iloilo as the food haven or haven of the Philippines. Now, this is something kay mi ara na sang political undertone nga nabutang, no? Not in the negative sense of the word nga political, but I mean nangin kabahin na siya subong sang policy nga dapat ang Iloilo kilalahon as food haven of the Philippines. This is something nga dapat matagaan sang backbone for us to promote Iloilo, the city and province of Iloilo, as a place nga paghambal Iloilo, pagkaon dayon.
Yes.
Why natas ang dapat pang istoryahan ng iban? Although it of course comes along are the natural wonders, the tourism destinations, the celebrations, the cultural presentations, ang dinagyang. But of course siguro dapat masunod naman ang iban pa nga mga pag-improve sang pila ka mga cultural activities naton kay when you say dinagyang ato na niya.
Ang dinagyang ni Rod is seasonal. It's just every year naman.
Okay.
While food is every
day.
Anytime. Anywhere in Western Visayas and specifically in Iloilo.
Okay. Chef, Before we end, pamangkot ko man lang. Ang problem, Abi, no, and I want to be honest about this. I was in Rojas last time. Ano ba ning gapitoy pitoy ni Shell
Diwal.
Diwal. Okay. Baka mahal gid. 280, 350.
That's cheap for 280. Sang una na sang wala ng COVID, it goes to 400, 500.
No, kadto ka sa tatoys kay 250 siya.
Number of pieces.
No, but the thing is, ang gusto ko itumbok is, why go to Rojas? Kung ari man ang diri sa aton yung barato. Ginkilala pa kita nga seafood capital of the Philippines. I mean, this should be an eye-opener since ginakilala nato sa buong Iloilo and we want to be known as the food haven or haven of the Philippines. Basik magtimbuok ang presyo sa pagkaon.
No, I don't think so, Rod. Because I believe, kultura taniya eh. Kultura taniya eh. Number one, Ilonggo is very welcoming.
Yeah.
Pag abot nila sa Iloilo, Dombalay, they're very welcoming. As everybody knows, being in Ilonggo, magfiesta, naghanda kita pamaho, panyaga-panyapon and everything. It's all there. When you say nga magmahal, it's not basically the food supply, the cost of the food supply. It's basically the area where you put up your restaurant.
And the one who prepares that, basta si Chef Tibong mahal?
No. It doesn't go for that. Depende. Depende sa ingredient that you use. Ingredient. Tipra sabi pakinason lang idya, kabatisan mo kuan, pwede mo blang pamal. Pero kung mapaluto ka man niya sang pato, kung di ka dugay, nagsaka man pato, subong, nagamahal ang pato because jutay naman. The demand and supply also attributes to that. No?
Yes.
Okay. Pero no, I don't think so because ang Iloilo, kung kita ng Ilonggo, sometimes you might find it expensive. It's because possibly ang cost of living, nagasaka ng man gamay. But in general, pero kung mga taga Manila, magpalapit, it's nothing. They always say it's very cheap.
Okay.
It's very cheap. Sa una, Rod, we have to eat may 150 ka or simply isa ka manok, sa una, hindi bla may 80 pesos ka, may manok ka na kanon sa fort. Subong hindi bla 150 na.
May laswa
because of time.
Sa karinderya, subong, may laswa pa yung 20.
Yes.
May laswa pa. Namit na may
may ara.
Gulugagmay na pasayan.
Oh, yeah. It's not, depende gani sa lugar, ginakaytuan.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay. So, mamala ng concern natin, comes, with the name comes the price.
Yes.
Kung marikina food lang, marikina shoe lang na siya, that's 1,000 pesos.
Yes.
Gintatak na ang Nike da karon. That becomes 3,500.
Oh, yes.
So, doon mo ng concern natin, yung basic kay gintatak na ni sa aton diri ang food haven of the Philippines, masaka ang presyo na dapat pigaran ina. Because hindi, we should be welcoming, as you said.
Yes, but Rod, as I've said, depende na sa area, no, which we cannot basically control, no. Kung sa hotel ka, ang laswa is 350. Ito kayo sa karinderya of the same volume, kung 35 pesos, siya times 4 mo siya, abi, kundi 200 lang. No? Hotels or restaurant has kuryente, people, maintenance, you have tissues, you have kusineros, you have the amenities, the banyo.
Sa bagay. Okay.
So the difference is compensated on the place where you want to have laswa.
So it is now dependent on you, your tour operator, or your host, kung di niya kadalon.
Yes, because ako thankfully, to all my friends who comes visit me, they're really enjoying it. It's because I bring them to karinderias. Why will I bring them to places that does not serve the good food? Isa ako niya, Rod, some people would say, possibly not on a negative way, but mamba sila, nga permi lang sa amuni inadal, ani Tibong. You know why? I'll tell you this. Make your food good. When I try it, I'll bring them to you. Why? It's because I have lots of experiences that I just wanted to bring them because there's something new. Medyo,
Hindi mo namin.
what's this? So, this is not what I want. Nga ang aton pagkaon. Amo na gani nga, I'm not against your fusion whatsoever, pero just make sure na when you say laswa, it is laswa. When you say KBL, hindi man siya paggatai.
Aha.
You know, call it by other names. Do not name our food naging twist mo, tweak mo, butangan mo yan sa kung ano-ano da, and then you'll call it batchoy.
Aha.
So,
Sabagay.
don't do that. Okay? Just for example, somebody wanted me to guess even in Manila, no? Chef, can you do batchoy with gata? Sabi ko, I can do that, but I will not call it batchoy.
Okay.
I will create you a dish with batchoy components, but I will not call it batchoy. Why, chef? Why? Because it's not batchoy. As simple as that. There's a competition that nag-judge mo ko sa Manila. May ara sila sang vinaigrette nga, something nga. They put sa pancit molo. Yung title lang nila pancit molo, sabi ko, I'm sorry. This is not pancit molo. So, for me, nga ang aton Ilonggo cuisine, magkalito kabla sa mga karindera, kita mo mga ba, KBL. KBL man lang siya sabor. Mga ba kaya linatik man lang yan sabor niya.
Tama.
Wala tayo siyang bisang kalubay lang na siya Rod, kag ano na siya, bean sprout, kag may baboy na siya da nga konta, laswana, anong term ta no utan. Tinga, gagwa gid ang sabor sang ato yun. Amo na, Rod, galing sa ang namiang ko lang sa Iloilo is, nagagwa gid ang flavors ng aton ingredients because we are blessed with the freshness of ingredients.
Alright.
Sama na.
At least may ni kay na present man naton sa mga pumuluyo naton ang ining attempt nga buligan ng aton nga heritage cuisine makilala kag kilalahon. And this is no longer an attempt because the city council has finally recognized the initiative ng Iloilo kilalahon, not just Iloilo City, not exclusive sa Iloilo province, but Iloilo kilalahon as the food haven of the Philippines. And it would be better siguro if the representation of the city council can make proper representations with their counterparts sa sanggunian panlalawigan sa probinsya sa Iloilo para nga mangin synchronized and unanimous ang ining pag-identify kag pag-create naton sa identity nga ang Iloilo is the food haven of the Philippines.
Yes, right.
Hindi pwedeng Iloilo as food haven of the Philippines, then kibot na kita, may arap man yan sa tagline si province of Iloilo. Do kasawa sina.
Yes.
We want nga kilalahon kita as one.
Yes, as one.
As one.
Oh.
Kaya
because you're just for like this. This is not about me.
Aha.
Nga nag-advocate sini. Nga who push for this.
Aha.
This is not about my ego or something. This is about the Ilonggos. Aton initanan. Don't ever think na ako, galing kayo may nakapaminsan lang nga to push it, nga para maagong tani. And I'm also thankful sa mga kusilyero Ilonggos, these young chefs nga mga nag-advocacy man nga they really worked hard for it. Hindi ako ni nagobra. Hindi ko ni makuha kung the Ilonggo heritage food or the Ilonggo traditional cuisine is not being served in Iloilo. Ari gina diriya. It's how actually you don't even have to go to the Jardeleza. Sa adlaw-adlaw nyo lang ang pagkaon sa balay nyo, ara na. And that's part of your culture already. Pero sa unang road, sa gamay ka, I don't like it. It's so slimy. It's so like this. Dako ka, nagsilak sa Manila, or sa Amerika ka na, nagtiner. Sa una, wala mo na ginakaon. Kaya, yak, I don't like it. Pero pag abot mo ito, pag manugpuli ka naman, matawag ka di dahil, oy, palutuin nyo ko da laswa kag kadyos, ha? Before you do it.
Tama na.
The consciousness, no? Ang ganim lang daw hinakadlawa ko kasi may alam kong funny quote mo. Consciously unconscious. You consciously do things, unconsciously, amo ni galing effect niya.
Alright.
Oh.
With this note, kaupod naton subong sa aton yung mga viewers ang tawo nga nagtulod nga kag nanging kabahin sang iya advokasya, no, the man behind tabuan, of course negosyo niyang iya, negosyo niyang iya, but then
part.
yeah, at hindi man pwede, chef.
Yes.
Hindi man pwede.
Yes.
Nga tulod ka na lang nga tulod, wag mo yung income. No? But, sa negosyo nga na raise ang awareness naton that sa aton nga ginaluto nga ahaw nga og gabalingon or ginbutangan tara sang kamatis kag bombay, there is something in that food nga kung i-prepare siya sang isa ka chef, do sikat mo siguro, no? And then eventually, and unconsciously, as you said, na kita inisang iban nga mga nag-prepare man sa pagkaon. Nga there is something in our indigenous food, in our heritage cuisine, and little by little sila man. No?
Rod, precisely. Ang events ko, some people would say, tingnan ang ginapaluto mo, ang ginapaabot mo na, they are chefs from Manila and everything. Here, for you to understand, I am inviting them because most of them are Filipino food advocates.
Yeah.
Or into the business of food. If they will, we will not bring them here because it's so hard for me to bring our food to Manila. I brought them here, created an event, and they worked together with their local chefs.
Yeah.
Now, we introduce to them our product. Let them taste our food.
Yeah.
Then, when they go home, dala nilang aton ingredients, dala nila ang flavor naton that they will never forget, unconsciously.
Yeah.
Unconsciously, gina-incorporate na nila sa kwan. Did you notice some of the chefs now are using our batuan? Are using our tultul? Are using our kalkag? KBLs naton. Is there a different tone, but they're using our ingredients. So, we're bringing them in here to experience the Ilonggo cuisine, and silaya, Rod, ang madala dito to spread because may ara sila yung authority to spread it.
Anyway, siguro inaiya kung bunga ka nga luto, singiton kagid.
Yes.
Normal na yan, no? Hindi ko yung nakita nga abnormal. Kaya kung wala ina karon chef kin singit, kaya wala ina gina-attempt karon nga i-criticize ang ina nga proyekto, meaning it's not doing anything good.
Yes.
No? It must matter and it should matter para nga birahon ina siya butungon. But again, as I was saying, you created tabuan, then there's the sabores, and then buang ka nga naghambal sa naton nga mga policy makers nga we should invite people and we should make sure nga ma-identify kita as the center sa pagkaon sa bilog ng Pilipinas, the food haven, and eventually somebody listen kag na identify through this was it an ordinance or a resolution?
I think it's an ordinance. A resolution or an ordinance, something. Yeah.
Mas may pagikon ordinansa because that would have the full,
I think na approve ang ordinance.
Sang policy, no?
Yes.
Kag ang kung mangin policy na ini, dapat nga may backbone ini siya, especially sa aton nga city tourism, chef.
Yes.
And at the same time, suporta man sa Department of Tourism Region 6.
Well, I would just say, the Department of Tourism have played a big role in my promotion also. I cannot deny the fact that they have supported so much, even up to now. During the time of then director at Catalbas, who believed in this, no? Kay advocacy yan yung mga to promote the Western Visayas cuisine. And of course, with the director team now, she continues to support this advocacy also.
Okay.
In fairness with the OT Region 6.
So at least may mania, no? Na istoryahan natin ni Chef.
Yes.
And people are sending their message of congratulations sa imo. Sa kay Marivic Harjulin Hamurabon, congratulations, no? Sa imo nga passion in making Iloilo as the food. Director, how do you pronounce this? Haven or Haven?
Haven.
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 Kathleen Claver, so proud of you. So ini ang mga tao nga nagapati, no, sa
Yes.
pagkilala subong sa aton as Iloilo bilang food haven of the Philippines. So siguro kulang na lang na diri backbone kung mabutangan ni isang backbone, I mean mangin kabahin ni isang pulisan naton para nga mangin manami ang pagkampanya naton bilang food haven of the Philippines. Chef, your parting message para sa aton yung mga viewers?
Well, so far, ako happy lang ko nga napasara na nila resolution and siguro ipasulod naman nila whatsoever. But at least it has been recognized. And let's all support it. Kaya actually, this is about us. May tagline na ito sa buong Iloilo is the food haven of the Philippines. It used to be a claim. It used to be a dream. Now, it's a reality. Do President Rhod nga maghambal ka nga, as I've said, tagidiin ka, taga-Iloilo ako from the food haven of the Philippines.
Hindi. Taga-diin ka, taga-Iloilo ka. Namin pagkaon to.
Yes.
Alright, si Chef Tibong Jardeleza ang aton nga bisita. And at the same time, isa ka masugid nga advocate sang heritage cuisine diri sa aton sa Bisayan Nakatungdan. That's Western Visayas.
Yes.
Tama. And ang nagatulod nga kilalahon kita bilang haven. When you say haven, sentro, kita ang other than that.
The comfort. I mean, the comfort.
Comfort zone sa pagkaon.
Yes.
No? Sa bilog nga Pilipinas. Imagine. And well, hopefully ma-institutionalize yun ang tagline. And kita ya willing
Mas namin
mag-support.
pag-ikot si Jam Jam, ikuha nyo na, no?
Si
Sa Congress, no?
si Congresswoman Jam Jam Baronda.
Possibly.
medyo mabudlay ina kung amo ina ang I don't know, no? Dapat tani no masuportaran.
Yes.
Na amo na sila ko. If this becomes a policy, there need to be some backbone, no? Para nga ma-institutionalize ang pagkilala sa Iloilo bilang food haven or haven of the Philippines. My name is Rhod Tecson, and this is IMT Conversations on IMT News.
IMT Conversations with Rhod Tecson. An incisive and sharp discussion of today's current issues. Ang pagpadayon sa duwa ka dekada nga serbisyo publiko. IMT Conversations with Rhod Tecson.